moving to this story now, the Department of Tourism is concerned about visitor safety in South Africa. It's further launched the National Tourism Safety Awareness Campaign at one of Mzansi's tourism hotspots, and that is Table Mountain. Now, the campaign incorporates drones, an app, and private security, amongst other things. And these will hopefully help improve the visitor experience and increase tourism safety. But Tourism Minister Mamoloko Kubayi-Ngubane joins us now in studio to take us through this particular campaign. Minister, thank you so much for your time and welcome.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Let's talk about the launch of the National Safety Campaign by the department. Why the launch and why now?
We launched this morning the campaign on safety. It's critical because there's both the sector and quite a number of visitors have raised concerns to see there have been incidences, so they find themselves worried about the safety of tourists in hotspot areas. You'd understand recently we had incidences in the Cape Town area, and we had to understand what was the cause, how it happened, and what are the things that we have to do to resolve the issue and make sure that when tourists come to the country are able to go back to their countries safe. We do not want to have an incident like that one that happened, a person passing away in our shores while they are visiting. So those are some of the things that concerns us, and that's what led to the campaign. The work in terms of safety strategy has been in place over time together with the sector. We've been consulting SAPS, we've been consulting business sector, we've been consulting provinces and local government. And I announced in June, when I delivered my budget vote the budget vote of the department, was to say we will be launching this, and definitely we did indicate that we'll launch it in August.
Right.
What was just unfortunate and coincident was that incidences started picking up towards that time.
Right.
And that's why we ended up launching, yeah.
And Minister, I'm sure such incident that you're making reference to is the attack and murder of the Ukrainian hiker. His name is Ivan Ivanov, who was, of course, here, trying to hike. And this gained international headlines. But what do you think makes, tourist sites such as, Cape Town or even Table Mountains hotspots for criminal activity?
I think when you look at the Table Mountain, and most of the visitors, especially South Africans, would know the site of the cable. So Table Mountain is quite huge. It's a whole area which is got hiking, it's got quite a number of activities about bungee jumping and all those things, kite flying. So there's quite a lot of those activities that happens. So it's a quite huge radius that SANParks has. Now, what has been the challenge has been within the bushes where people are doing hiking. So you find there are people who start staying there, the homeless people who start staying there because it's a free entry. So it's an entry where people can go in, walk. It's not a gated area, especially those areas around the hiking spots. So that's what has been a bit of a challenge. So people will go into hiking. Some of them go at night, and then they get lost. We had an incident recently where the hikers went, even when they were told by the rangers close by to say it's late, you're going to get lost, to be able to come back to the spot. They did. Police had to look for them for about 2 hours in order to locate them. So we've been working very closely with the police to be able to secure the area. So that's the part where we've been worried about.
Right.
And hence our response was to be able to say, in those hiking spots, because it's in the bushes, can we be able to have the safety monitors, the people who walk around, spot people who are getting lost, redirect them back to the tracks, spot people who it's getting late at night and they're supposed to be out, get them out of the bushes so that we don't have. But we believe when people, even those who are doing crime, because these are almost like really people who are looking for something to eat, something to buy, they're robbing the tourists. And we think that when they see there are people, visibility, they will be able to stop, the robberies and all those things. Yeah.
And here's the drones and the app and the safety security.
That's why we're looking at quite a number of range. So our strategy speaks about an incorporated approach, not one area. So we'll talk about deploying the safety monitors, like we said. We talk about looking at utilizing technology, the cameras to be able to spot. But for us, the cameras will help us. Even when an incident has happened, we have footage for prosecution. Because you don't want an incident to happen and people feel that nothing is being done. People are not getting arrested. But when we have cameras, then it increases the chances of prosecution. We also want to make sure that the drones, because we want to make sure that within the radius we can be able to monitor. And this we learned from SANParks with what they did at Kruger National Park.
Right.
When we had the problem of rhino poaching, which was going to become higher and higher, they got a comprehensive strategy, which involves the mapping to be able to see where they are. It involved the drones, it involved the cameras, it involved the rangers. So it became a comprehensive package that was at least able to respond positively, and
right.
we could see the results out of that. That's why we are leveraging on that, and we are learning from what they've been able to do.
Well, Minister, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
Thank you very much.
Well, that is Minister Mamoloko Ngubane, the Tourism Minister right here in South Africa.